the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello and welcome, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. We're glad to have you with us on 2K Sports. And coming right up, we'll see the Milwaukee Bucks playing against the Pacers in Indianapolis. Checking out the Pacers, they split the season series against these guys last season, 2 games apiece. Should be a good one tonight. The Bucks made the move to acquire Michael Carter-Williams. He had some big moments for them so far. Jason Kidd wants to mold him as their point guard of the future. Do you see that working out, Kenny?
I think it could work out. You know why? Because he plays like his coach a little bit. You know, he has a similar style of play, and hopefully he could have a career like Jason Kidd. That would be great. But he looks to make plays first for his teammates and then himself second. But if he develops his jump shot, that will be the difference.
No, he's what I call a fast first type point guard. You know, he helps set up their wing players. MCM, he's the guy to do that. Great work by Jason Kidd in molding the young fella.
Time now to tip things off. Kevin Harlan has the call, and we will see you later.
The crowd has assembled in Indianapolis, Indiana, looking for a Pacers win today. And we've got it for you right here on 2K Sports. The Bucks will end the road trip here before heading back to Milwaukee. And, of course, Gerald Green. It's our first glimpse of him looking good in his new Bucks jersey.
You know, I'm really excited about seeing how this team is going to evolve since the trade. I mean, he's the guy that can end up being a key player for him down the stretch.
No doubt about it. I mean, there are some guys you win with and some guys you win because of it. And when you look at him, though not a superstar, he's the type of player that they've been missing and can really, I think, help this team come together.
Now, the starting group for the Milwaukee Bucks. Carter-Williams is the point with Middleton at the 2. The dynamite pair of Antetokounmpo and Parker at forward, and it's Monroe in at the center position.
And boy, how good was Chris Middleton last season? He was always a deep shooter who could stretch the floor. He hits the weight room in the offseason and became a much stronger defender. Now, he's one of the more promising 3-and-D guys in the league. Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that
time. T kicks to Ellis. That doesn't go either for Ellis. And for Chris Middleton last season, he went up in points, assists, rebounds, but went down in turnovers.
Boy, what an improvement for this young man. A late bloomer. I liked him when he was at Texas A&M, still growing into his body, playing with great confidence, and he can spray that thing from 3. I like his promise.
Here's Middleton. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Cavaliers in Cleveland. Turner with the steal.
And you saw him gauging that pass there. He knew they were coming inside with it and got in position for the steal. Fast break opportunities do not get any easier than that one off the steal.
Exactly. The defense really no chance to get back.
Here's Carter-Williams after the made shot from Monte Ellis. Carter-Williams dishes to Parker. Carter-Williams against T. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Carter-Williams kicks to Parker. The rebound by Turner.
You could tell he assumed he'd be able to beat the defensive coverage even though it was all over.
Shot's good from Young.
Wow, fired that bounce pass in there beautifully.
Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Well, Doris, an interesting game. Moments ago, you had a chance to talk with head coach Frank Vogel. What do you have to say?
We discussed their game plan defensively, and he mentioned that controlling Greg Monroe will be crucial. He said Monroe is a guy who can score inside, rebounds well, and his passing really sets him apart. Their offense runs best when it goes through his hands, so pressuring him and staying vigilant is essential for us. Guys, can they slow him down?
Thank you, Doris. Turner. That's good, and so Teague with the assist. Turner's got his first points in this one. For Indiana, they come into this one following a loss to the Philadelphia 76ers.
And you don't have to go too deep into the box score to figure out why they lost that one. They just had an inability on that day to make shots.
You know, sometimes we talk about a defense getting into the heads of the opposing players, Greg, but that night they got up in their own heads, just got in their own way and couldn't get out of it.
And that is a major league flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
You're exactly right. I mean, so often when the team gets that kind of explosive play out of its backcourt, that can really rally and galvanize the whole squad.
Really good job there. That's the definition of the inside-out game.
Outside, Antetokounmpo, and it's Parker at the elbow. The dish to Middleton. Shot clock at 5. And he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
Elevates and powers in the one-hand.
Textbook.
Yeah, and I'm glad, guys, he doesn't go overboard on that one and get a little too fancy.
Now, here's Teague. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
The Pacers shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
And when you think of free throw shooting, not particularly a strength for this group, right around 70%.
Yeah, it's been a very frustrating season for them in that regard, guys.
Both free throws good from Turner.
And I think everyone knew the Bucks would be much improved last season. But to see the jump into the middle of the playoff picture, I think that took everybody by surprise.
Now, here's Antetokounmpo. He's coming off a 13-point game against Cleveland.
Yeah, but his shot blocking was a factor as well. 3 on the game, just a major presence on the D. And a sturdy screen set for him that time. And he doesn't fool around, just straight to the rim for the finish.
No way for his man to get around that one. That's for sure.
No chance, Kevin. I mean, the screen was in the right spot. His feet were set. Big-time finish. Emphatic.
He hangs on the rim, too, just for good measure.
Yeah, but, guys, nothing wrong with a little bit of showboating every now and then.
Oh, that was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Kia. T kicks to George. Down low. And Turner the bucket on the assist by George. 6 points for Miles Turner.
I tell you what, the post play has been rock solid right off the bat.
It really has, and they've created a lot of high percentage shots in the paint here already.
Teague against Carter Williams. Monroe down low. Off the pick. Shot's good by Middleton. Middleton's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Nice pass there to set that bucket up.
And that's 10 of their last 12 points that have come off assists.
From about 19 feet, and there are the Pacers with another bucket. Now, here's Antetokounmpo. They look to him for part of their offensive attack. Right now, he averages nearly 12 points a game. Passes it to Parker. Feeds it to Carter Williams. Middleton the pass to Monroe. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. It's on Jeff Teague.
And what a double-double machine Greg Monroe is becoming. Top 6 for power forwards last season. Top 5 for centers. And his game is only continuing to evolve.
Greg, the thing about Monroe, we knew he was a prolific scorer and a rebounder when he was a 5-star recruit out of high school. So Clark, this is nothing new for him.
I think what you see, Kevin, is the added muscle coming into play and benefiting him. He's just an average athlete, but being stronger makes him more effective.
So Indiana ends up with a new group on the floor. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Steve Novak, he's checked in for Jabari Parker. Mirza Teletovic comes in for Antetokounmpo. Juan's checked in for Chris Middleton. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Michael Carter-Williams.
And Greg Monroe really has had a good young career, despite playing out of position for much of it. He has the size and skill set of an agile center, but was made to play power forward in Detroit once they drafted Andre Drummond, and that took some getting used to.
Dish is to Novak. Jacks up a three. It's rebounded by Indiana.
You know, even though he missed that three-point shot, I think the defense has to do a better job of challenging the shot.
Yeah, as a coach, you can really ill afford to have those types of opportunities presented against your defense.
We're talking about Greg Monroe, and Greg, you gave us a nice little synopsis. He doesn't have, Clark, the long-range jumper teams are now asking out of that position in this day and age in the NBA.
Yeah, more teams want that stretch power forward. He's not super athletic. Where he does his greatest damage is in the painted area. There's still value in that.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game. This game against Indiana, the first time they've met this year.
And although they were the better team last year by overall record, this was a competitive matchup for them.
Guys, they split the season series, and you know, there's always randomness to this game. The unpredictability of it. You win some, you lose some, but they certainly want to impose their talent level tonight.
Plumlee's checked in for Monroe. Bucks trail by 3. Here's Dellavedova. Pass to Teletovic. Moves back up. Here's Plumlee. Excellent D there from Allen. For Indiana, they've gotten 8 of the 13 shots to find the bottom of the bucket. And that's Evans penetrating. That's tipped. Here's Vaughn. Here's Teletovic. Drops one in from the wing. Teletovic has got his first 2 points of the night.
Boy, this game is off to a flying start.
Yeah, we're seeing some high-octane offense from both sides in this one.
And Miles kicks to Stuckey. Evans dishes to Miles. And the wide open shot from Stuckey. A second chance effort. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. The Pacers shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
Jeremy Evans taking 2 shots.
He's off on the first. Good on the second free throw. Everyone knows about the Paul George injury from last year and how it affected the Pacers. He said almost the entire season, and there was no doubt they missed it.
Yeah, and when George came back, Kevin, the Pacers got hot, but they had to put him on a minutes limit. And it wasn't just George. The team as a whole had a lot of injuries during the course of the season.
5 on the clock. Here's Novak. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
And, you know, as you said, the Pacers did have problems with injuries. The team roster missed 219 games due to injury. So compare that to the 69 games missed by the Pacers in 2014. Big difference.
And really, guys, the most telling part of the Pacers' injury troubles was this. Had to use 15 different starting lineups over the course of the season. Just hard to stay consistent and competitive when you are always replacing an injured player in the lineup.
He's off on the second.
And, you know, the Bucks took a nice step by making it to the playoffs last season, but their ultimate goal is to win the division. They'll need to play better against the rest of the division in order to do that.
Bucks trail by 3. Here's Dellavedova. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Vaughn can't get it to go. As you said, last year the Bucks didn't have the easy time against the rest of the Central Division. They only went 7-11 against them.
And listen, anytime you have powerhouse teams in your division, every game means that much more. Not only for winning the division, but just staying in the playoff picture. It's only going to get tougher this season as well.
So for the Bucks, their last game a loss to Cleveland.
And I really felt in watching that game that they needed to abandon the three-point shot. It wasn't there. The percentage was horrific, but yet they continue to try and knock them down.
And I really think that's what did them in. I mean, sometimes it's just not there for you on the perimeter, and you can't try to shoot yourself out of a bad shooting night from outside. Whoa, whoa, that'll wake you up. My goodness.
Is he an athlete or what?
No doubt about it. It's almost as if he lives in the air, and dunks like that have become quite commonplace.
Novak, and he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
Dellavedova is really good at finding his teammates.
Pacers leading by 3. So the Pacers call timeout, their first of the game.
You know what? I think he thinks he can make a few improvements to how things are going on right now.
Yeah, and you know, coaches always are looking for ways to tweak things and change it up a little bit, no matter what the situation is. That's what coaches do.
Stuckey with it, working on Teletovic. Miles, that's for 2. That is in there. Boston with the assist. Miles has got 6 points. Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. And for C.J. Miles, he sure can string together a long line of threes under the league with a nice jump shot that has now become deadly.
Yeah, he doesn't get to the free throw line much, and he's not really much of a playmaker, but he's 3D in color. HD 3D.
And talking about C.J. Miles, he was filthy last year. Indiana needed his spark offensively, especially without Paul George in the lineup. Miles responded by putting up career highs in points and minutes played. Just an unbelievable impact on the season.
Bucks trail by 5.
And for most every team out there, guys, they're looking for a guy like C.J. Miles. Decent size, natural movement skills, and can absolutely shoot the lights out. Call them buckets, because that's a lethal formula.
6 on the shot clock. Here's Teletovic. No good. So Indiana will take it the other way.
Tell you what, they haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the board.
And even this early, that's a good omen for the rest of the game.
And Miles kicks to Lawson. Out to Stuckey. With the teardrop, and the layup is up and in. Stuckey's got his second basket of the game.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety. How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
Indiana leading by 4. And the pass to Allen. And so he draws the foul on the shot on trip to the line to shoot 2. Well, the Pacers, despite all their injuries from last season, were right in the playoff hunt until the very end. Had a chance, in fact, GA, on the last day to sneak in, but it didn't happen.
Yeah, they needed a Brooklyn loss to go along with them winning that last game. Ultimately, though, it wasn't in the cards for them, and they ended a game out of the postseason.
And, you know, the Pacers had made the playoffs in each of the last 4 seasons prior to last year's miss. Hard for a team that was coming off of back-to-back conference finals appearances to stomach that. But with the injuries, they'll be better and back in the playoffs next year, I'm sure.
And really, it's going to be more of a reload than a rebuild situation for the Pacers. You would have to imagine their goal isn't just to get back to the playoffs, but to get back to being a conference final participant.
Lawson the pass to Stuckey. Back to Lawson. Indiana needs to get a shot off. Fast break, here they come. There's Vaughn. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. Lawson's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. You know, Clark, the one thing you can say about Ty Lawson is his awareness around the floor. He's just ubiquitous, and his court vision is incredible.
Excellent peripheral vision. He averaged almost 10 assists a game last season. That's the best year of his career thus far.
2 shots. 2 shots.
That's good from Ty Lawson.
And for Ty Lawson, playmaking isn't a concern. He's got that. His shooting accuracy, though, seems to drop every year. In fact, the last 2 years have been the worst of his career.
Yeah, you know, going back to Lawson's declining shooting percentage, really no apparent reason for it. Last year he launched the fewest threes in his past 4 seasons, but he still couldn't find the rhythm, and it really hurt his team down the stretch.
Well, Milwaukee last year became just the 9th team in NBA history to go from Greg being the worst in the league to a playoff team.
Unbelievable what they accomplished. And they had a tough matchup in the first round with the playoff season Bulls, however. Things didn't go well, but they did get some valuable experience from that effort.
That free throw, no good.
Well, as you said, guys, I mean, the Bucks struggled early in their series against the Bulls, but they got the momentum and forced a Game 6, but then were blown out at home to end the series. Ended up losing by 54. That's right, 54. Wow.
Young's checked in for Indiana. And Milwaukee also making a switch. Giannis Antetokounmpo's checked in for Mirza Teletovic. And he sinks the second.
And as you said, the Bucks lost on their home floor. One thing about that series is the Bucks introduced their new logo. They gave away free playoff tickets to anyone that turned in their old red gear. Not a bad deal in my book.
Young's shot is off.
They've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass today.
Yeah, and it's already got them a +5 margin in the rebound column.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Miles, and good coming on the assist by Rodney Stuckey. Stuckey's got 3 assists tonight. Bucks trail by 6. 19 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Dellavedova from outside. Can't get it to go. Good D by Lawson. Over to the left wing. Miles dishes to Young. 1 second left. And that does it for the first quarter. Pacers lead by 6. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. Let's hear from Ty Lawson talking about the balanced attack of this Denver Nugget team.
We do have a team type of game. You know, everybody is scoring spread out, rebounding, everything spread out. So, you know, even from the bench, it's definitely a team type game.
Well, that was the game plan a couple years ago when Denver was good enough to make the playoffs and Ty Lawson was at the controls.
You know, but not enough firepower to be able to sustain with the elite teams, say like the Warriors or the Rockets. Ty Lawson, a solid, dependable player in our league, but this is still a league where you need your superstars to win rings.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And let's quickly break down the game, guys, we have seen from Indiana. What do you think?
A lot of times, the team that owns the paint is going to come away with the victory, and that's what they've done here thus far.
Yeah, why change the plan until they make you? And that's where they should continue to attack moving forward, going inside.
We've got Teague. Turner is out there with Young. Then it's Ellis, and it's George in at the 3 slot. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Pacers. We talk about players who don't get a lot of recognition that probably deserve some. For me, Chris Middleton, Clark.
He's at the top of the list in that regard for me too, Kevin. I mean, really a revelation for the Bucks the last couple of years. He's a really good all-around forward who can do everything well.
Middleton hits them both.
And Middleton has improved every year as well. Added the three-point shot after the rookie season, which made him very tough to deal with offensively.
They set the pick. Screen by Ellis. To the middle. They get a hand on it. Stolen by Middleton. The shot by Antetokounmpo. Nobody around. No good from outside.
And for Middleton, adding that three-point shot was huge. I mean, not only can he keep teams honest outside, but he hits over 40% of his shots from beyond the arc. And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Monroe. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in.
You can't afford to give him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Ellis, the pass to Teague. Screen by Young. Teague kicks to Young, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Monroe. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. Taking a look at Indiana. They're sitting 8th right now in the early going, and checking out Milwaukee, 3 games behind.
And I think for Milwaukee, so far it looks like the adjustments they've made in the offseason aren't going to produce the desired effect.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't think the plan they have in place is going to get it done. This season could be another long, slow journey through the NBA cellar.
George, no good.
Boy, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
Parker left side. He dishes it to Monroe. Good defensive work there by Young.
Oh, you got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys. But as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
Middleton for 3, and a great assist by Carter Williams as that one goes in. Here's Teague. 9 points last game out. It's George on the wing. There's the feed to Young. That one a little long.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Here's Antetokounmpo, and unable there to get the go-ahead bucket.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
The kick out to Young. With nobody on him, he buries the jumper. Young's got his second bucket tonight.
Well, I like the way he orchestrated in tight that time, fellas.
Bucks trail by 3. About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter. Got a piece of it. Stolen by George. Fast break. Here comes Indiana. George with the ball.
That's how you make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered. Floor is open. Take care of business.
Always an advantage when you can get out in the open floor. You get much better rhythm offensively. And this lead, I think, is headed up.
Carter Williams with the bucket.
You look at them and what they're trying to do on offense, and I like it. I really do. I like the way they're using the entire court. They're spreading themselves out. And when you spread yourself out and make the extra pass, it gives you a chance to get good looks from behind the three-point line, and they're draining their chances.
He feeds it to Parker. Kicks to Monroe. Paul George grabs the miss.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
Great rise and dime there. He changed gears in midair to make the assist.
Bucks trail by 6. Time now for an injury report. And let's get an update on Chris Middleton's injury. Doris, any news?
Well, Kevin, I caught up with head athletic trainer for the Bucks. He said the discomfort is coming from what looks like a bruised tailbone. Losing a player like him is a big blow to this team who lean on him to do so much. Someone else will have to step up, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris, for the update. We appreciate it, and we really hope for the best as always.
And he's a tough guy. My guess is he'll be back before we know it, and better than ever.
Greg, I sure hope you're right. I mean, there are just so many uncertainties when it comes to dealing with injuries, though. Let's hope for the best.
Pacers have gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
Pacers didn't have the year they wanted to last season. Still, their defense was right near the top. They kind of hang their head on that, don't they?
Exactly. I mean, that is what this team's culture is all about, defense. And even in a down year, they were very hard to play against for other teams.
Shot clock at 2. Parker's shot is off. Indiana leading. Teague drives in. It's rebounded by Carter Williams.
And although not a block officially, it might as well have been his ability to react and alter the shot.
Greg, I don't think there was any doubt about it. His defense threw him off on that shot.
Inside, George. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. It's going to be on Michael Carter Williams.
And the Pacers defense as strong as ever. And you mentioned 4th in points allowed in terms of their opponents. How about 3rd also in opponent field goal percentage?
You know, with the Pacers, a lot of their success on defense comes from protecting the rim and controlling the boards. They were top 5 in the NBA in rebounds per game. They know that hitting the boards is a big part of being a good defensive team.
Jeremy Evans checks in for Young. And Milwaukee with a change here, too. Jelinovich has checked in.
You know, and Paul George played the first few years of his career in the NBA with 24 on his back. And as you can see, he now goes with 13 after making the switch prior to last year.
And it's slammed in by Monroe.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Well, it was. I mean, a tight game like this one, you think they'd have a little more energy at the defensive end than that.
That is good. And that's 12 points for Miles Turner.
There's PG creating for a teammate. Terrific dime drop.
Bucks trail by 4. And with Paul George going at the number 13 now, as you can see, helps with his nickname, PG-13.
Yeah, that's a good nickname, a nice fit. Young Tracy, as he likes to go by on Twitter, he said himself that it was about embracing his stature and stardom in the league. Nice way to do it.
Timeout called the Pacers.
And the Pacers just missed out on the playoffs last year and would have to settle for 9th in the East. Hard for a team that has been so dominant in the East over recent seasons.
checked in for Turner. C.J. Miles comes in for George. Rodney Stuckey's checked in for Monte Ellis. And it's Lawson in for T. Milwaukee also making some changes. Miles Plumlee's checked in for Monroe. Steve Novak comes in for Jabari Parker. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Chris Middleton. And for the Pacers against the East, they actually played the rest of the conference. Greg very well ended with a 28-24 record, Clark, against the East.
The only team, Kevin, in the East with a winning record against the rest of the conference not to make the playoffs. Only went 10-19 against the playoff teams of the conference.
And here is Carter Williams. He's got 7. Here's Novak, and such a nice move to make the basket work. Novak's got 5.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And how? I mean, they're taking this defense to task, taking them to school. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
Lawson's against Carter Williams. Lawson drives in. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But, boy, that was a nice job.
And the call will be against Ty Lawson. That's his first foul.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
Barnes checked in for Carter Williams. Here's Teletovic. But they recover it. Out of bounds, Indiana takes possession.
A chance now to take a look at how the Pacers are doing, Kevin, here early in the season. 4th in points off turnovers. 5th in second chance points. And they're in the top 10 in rebound. This is a team that does a good job getting on the glass.
And you mentioned their points off turnovers. That stat gives you some idea of how they play the game at both ends. It's all about attack basketball.
Pass to Stuckey. Over to the wing. Now Miles. He's got 8. Lawson outside. Milwaukee with the rebound. Plumlee's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Here's Dellavedova. And that one's good. His second basket of 4, shooting 50%.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
I tell you what, it reminds me of one of my college coaches who used to say, that ain't gonna get it done. That's 5 straight baskets in the paint now.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down.
To the right side. And there are the Bucks with another bucket.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
Evans goes in. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Here's a peek now at the 2K leaderboard. This year, these teams have made the most of their offensive rebounds. The Pacers in 5th.
And just having a terrific year on the offensive glass, it's because everybody buys in. Not just the big men, but even the guards are getting in on the act.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
No good on the free throw.
And the Bucks arguably were the best story in the Eastern Conference last year. How about going from the bottom of the barrel to a 6th place finish in that Eastern Conference?
And he misses the second one as well, so he's 0 for 2 that time. And for the Bucks, a lot of their improvement came, Greg, as you're talking about, in their play against the Eastern Conference. They went 30-22, Clark, against the rest of the conference.
A nice step for a young team, but you look at it more closely. Basically, the Bucks beat teams they should have beaten, but you know, Kevin, the good teams do that consistently, so a good step for them.
And he can't get the first one. And he's good on the second. Here's Dellavedova. He's got 5. To the paint. Plumlee dishes to Novi. Bucks passing it around. Here's Teletovic. And he misses the go-ahead basket.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
I certainly do. You know, I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game.
Dellavedova kicks to Teletovic. Elbow shot. Offensive rebound. Another shot. And he sinks the layup. Dellavedova's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
They have got to put a body on him, because otherwise, with his agility and athleticism, they're not going to be able to contain him on the offensive glass.
Lawson outside. He kicks to Miles. It's Allen on the wing. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Vaughn, the pass to Novak. Out to the right wing. Bangs home the trifecta. And now a 4-point Milwaukee lead.
That's how you extend the lead. I mean, they have tremendous confidence going for them right now. And that confidence is leading to some excellent shooting.
Timeout called the Pacers. Pacers trail by 4. Lawson outside. Stuckey outside. To the inside. And it's Evans missing. Milwaukee's gotten half their shots from three-point range to go down in the second quarter. 3 of 6 from downtown.
And Rodney Stuckey, a combo guard out of Eastern Washington, played a big role for the Pacers a season ago.
And he gets the bucket.
Outstanding entry pass there. He knew exactly where to go with the ball.
Timeout called the Bucks. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game, and that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
.119 left in the second quarter. Here's Dellavedova. He has 7. To the middle. Here's Vaughn. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Dellavedova. Vaughn's got the lead up to 4 now for the Bucks. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kevin. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Evans. Thaddeus Young. He's checked in for Indiana. Milwaukee leading by 4. There's 48 seconds left now here in the second. Dellavedova kicks to Novak. Offensive rebound. Plumlee dishes to Teletovic. Feeds it to Dellavedova. Down low. Here's Plumlee, and the layup's good off the glass. And the Bucks lead by 6.
They've really flipped things around offensively.
Yeah, and anytime you can make more than half of your shots, you'll take that.
Screen by Young. Stuckey passes to Lawson. To the left wing. And Miles kicks to Lawson. Shot clock at 3. Lawson is doubled. Kept alive by Indiana. Miles. Plumlee with some nice D.
Usually if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
And that does it for the first half of play. Milwaukee on top, up by 6. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
All right, Kevin, here with Coach Frank Vogel. And, Coach, things were going your way early in this ball game, but you let them climb back in it. What broke down?
Well, we started the game exhibiting championship-level passing, which is what we're preaching. We got a lot of good looks, got an early lead. We didn't pay attention to their strength. That's how they got back in the game.
Coach, thanks for the time. Gentlemen, back to you.
All right, Doris, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow here on 2K Sports.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Ernie Johnson along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. It's Milwaukee with the advantage at the half. They have a 6-point lead. Kenny, some perspective, please.
Well, the reserves really came through when they needed a spark. This is a close game. Any points you can get from your bench are huge. I thought the bench guys came in and inserted themselves like they wanted a starting spot. And that's what you want. Subs who are ready to produce the moment they step on the floor.
Shaq, your take on Indiana.
Their transition game was really strong. It really fueled them, gave them a big injection of energy into their offense. If they can maintain that fast style in the second half, they got a great chance to take control of this game.
And that's going to do it for now as the second half is almost ready to get started. Back to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports crew. We're going to sit right here and wait for the end of the game and talk at you again.
Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far. A fantastic game from Miles Turner in this one.
Yeah, the rebounding, particularly on the offensive side, as good as it gets. He was bringing the effort down low.
And I tell you what, that allowed him to get his team several multiple shot opportunities. His work on the offensive glass has been invaluable.
Milwaukee leading by 6. Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. And Milwaukee, looking at who they got. The dynamite pair of Antetokounmpo and Parker at forward. Carter Williams is the point with Middleton at the 2. And it's Monroe in at the 5. Young sets a screen for George. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. Middleton with it, picked up by Ellis. Middleton dishes to Monroe. And he uses both hands to jam it in.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense. Well, you know, really big improvements from the Bucks last season, and a large part of that was their defense. I mean, they managed to really be irritating to teams with their length and reach.
Carter Williams kicks to Monroe. Now the dish to Antetokounmpo. Turner with the steal. Middleton against Teague. Turner passes to Ellis. Milwaukee with the rebound. You look at the Bucks roster, not a surprise to see them at the top in terms of steals. As you've talked about before, Greg, a lot of length on that team.
No doubt, and you just can't feel safe with any pass you make around those guys. I mean, they not only have the length at every position, but it's the speed as well. How about forcing 17 turnovers a game last year?
Unbelievable. Carter Williams dishes to Monroe. Outside for Carter Williams. Carries it from three-point range. Carter Williams has got 10 points.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
And George kicks to Ellis. Screen by Young. Young sets a screen for Ellis. It's thrown by Antetokounmpo. Middleton against Ellis. Paul George grabs the miss. Pacers trail by 11. Up the floor. Here's Teague. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got his 4th assist in this one.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg.
Another gap in the defense found there, and they've really had their number today.
Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over.
You know what? I think he thinks he can make a few improvements to how things are going on right now.
Yeah, and you know, coaches always are looking for ways to tweak things and change it up a little bit, no matter what the situation is. That's what coaches do.
Let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Frank Vogel addressing his team. He was intent on running their offense through Turner. Coach has a lot of faith in him offensively and let his players know it, insisting that he be at the forefront of what they do at that end of the court from here on out. Well, they need to make something happen before the start of the 4th quarter, and maybe those changes will do the trick, Kevin.
Thanks again, Doris. Bucks leading by 9. Carter Williams with it. 10 points for him. Middleton left side. Deflects the pass. Ellis on the double team. Carter Williams kicks to Antetokounmpo. And he gets it to go. Antetokounmpo's got the lead up to 11 now for Milwaukee.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
Outside Teague. Ellis kicks to Teague. Yes, and it's Ellis picking up the assist. 6 points for Jeff Teague.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out.
Middleton the pass to Monroe. Kicks it down to Middleton. Jeff Teague with the rebound.
First off, look, every year there are all-star game snubs, and perhaps last year Monte Ellis was the big one in the West. Hard to leave him off given the way he played for the Mavs.
Teague against Carter Williams. Parker dishes to Carter Williams. Top of the key jumper, no good.
And honestly, not real happy with the shot selection on that one.
Yeah, clearly a brain fade there. He's got to be a little smarter in his choice making.
Turner with a screen on Middleton. Ellis kicks to Turner. Yes, once again, it remains perfect. 6 attempts and 6 hits.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
If you can't stop it, here it comes. I'm right at you.
And the rejection by Antetokounmpo.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
And a closer look here at the hustle stats for Milwaukee.
You know, block shots, guys, a clear indicator on the stat sheet of their excellent defense. I mean, leaving them no room to get off any shots.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
Bucks leading by 5. To the paint. Turner comes to the double team. Bucks passing it around. Middleton for 3. Thaddeus Young grabs the miss.
Boy, just by his body language, Kevin, you can tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Yeah, it seemed like he had great rhythm on that. You can see the disappointment in his face.
Passes it to Antetokounmpo. Parker right side. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. 6 points for Jabari Parker. Outside Teague. The shot by George, wide open. Had the space there, but it's offline. Bucks have gone 7 of 12 from the floor since coming out of the break. Dishes to Antetokounmpo. Teague on the double team. Here's Middleton. Another miss by Middleton.
They really depend on him to convert those chances. A lot of times, even with solid D draped on him, they expect him to make it.
Ellis can't get it to go.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
Here's Teague. Finished off the break. Teague's got 8 here in the quarter.
He's been a different guy here in the second half. His shooting percentage far better than it was before the break.
Carter Williams, the pass to Antetokounmpo. Here's Parker. Can't get it to go. Excellent D there from George. Pacers trail by 5. Now here's Teague. 8 points for him. Pass to Young. Shot from 12. Rebounded by Greg Monroe. Milwaukee's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Carter Williams with it, and Young picks him up defensively. Here's Middleton. Soft touch off the glass. Middleton's got 15.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right. Here's George. Up again. Craig Monroe with the rebound. Monroe's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Here's Parker, and Turner with the block. Teague at the elbow. With some arc, and the rejection by Antetokounmpo. Carter Williams kicks to Middleton. George against Middleton, and George, here we go. There's the pass to Teague. It's deflected. Now the Bucks moving it up. Here's Antetokounmpo, and he dunks it down.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
And here is Ellis. 8 points for him. Turner with a screen on Middleton. And here's Ellis from beyond the arc. Rebound by Greg Monroe. Monroe's got his 4th rebound in this one. Antetokounmpo against Turner. Middleton inside the 3-point line. Offensive rebound. Back to Carter Williams. And stolen by Jeff Teague. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity. Tries again. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Well, we'll just take a look at what George has done tonight. He has 8 points, and he's been a good on-the-ball defender, too. He's got a pair of steals.
Yeah, he's just made a lot of very heads-up plays, and his defense really has been a difference maker. You know, no doubt last year a bit of a loss for Paul George. I mean, had to sit out most of it after that gruesome leg injury in the Team USA scrimmage.
And thinking back on George's injury, still a very graphic image in everyone's mind, but he was able to bounce back.
Yeah, it was great to see him get some game time before the end of the season after that horrific injury. A credit to him working as hard as he did, as well as to the training staff that got him back to be able to play before the end of the season.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
That's a familiar sight. He hardly ever wastes his chances at the line. Cashes in regularly.
Bucks leading by 7. Here's Teletovic. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Now the Pacers moving it up. Here's George. Got it. Good job in the low post. George has got 6 here in this quarter.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
Dellavedova kicks to Teletovic. Plumlee with the screen. Teletovic dishes to Dellavedova. The 11-footer. And that one goes long.
I'll tell you what, for what's really an elementary shot, he looked a little nervous on that release.
To the wing on the left. Miles, that's for 2. Can't get it to go. And Milwaukee the other way now. They've led by as many as 11 points. On the pass to Teletovic. From the arc. Shot is off. George with the defensive effort. Here's Miles. That one falls. Coming off Lawson's feet. Lawson's got his 3rd assist on the night. Here's Dellavedova, and foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. We've got a moment to see the league leaders in steals. This is his first trip to the line tonight.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
He's been a completely different guy at the line this season. I mean, last year, you weren't sure what you were going to get when he got to the stripe. There's no way we could have expected such a huge increase in those free throw percentage numbers.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. The Pacers making a change here. Evans is checked in. So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. Pacers trail by 4. Lawson with it. Now guarded by Plumlee. Here's Miles. Bank shot. No good. Milwaukee's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Here's Dellavedova. Lawson defending. The 8-footer. And he gets it to go. Vaughn's got 8.
Looked like he was channeling Bob Cousy right there. Since when does he take guys off the dribble like that?
To the middle. It's tipped.
A chance here to go 2 for 1.
Boy, they've got to ramp up the speed and make it happen in a hurry.
And that one's good by Novak.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
6-second difference between shot and game play. Lawson drives in. He dishes it to Allen. The feed now to Evans. Rebounded by the Bucks. Dellavedova's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Inside to Teletovic. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
Tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad he didn't, because otherwise we'd probably have a 45-minute delay here if he shattered the backboard.
Free throw, no good for Miles. Good if it goes. No good. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Bucks lead by 8 and will return shortly. The fourth quarter just moments away now as we welcome you back. Pacers trail by 8. We've got Rodney Stuckey. C.J. Miles is out there with Jeremy Evans. Then there's Allen. And it's Lawson in at the point guard position. That's the Pacers 5. Allen, that's good. Allen's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Pacers. The Bucks shooting at 50% in a decent group. Dellavedova kicks to Plumlee. There's the pick. Here's Teletovic. Drains the three-pointer. And the Bucks lead by 9.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
Rodney Stuckey on the wing. Lawson outside. From deep. Plumlee with the rebound. Plumlee's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's Teletovic. They get it back. Dellavedova. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Free throw, good from Dellavedova.
And Jason Kidd has seen a lot of things in his first few years of coaching. Already changed teams once and it had some personnel issues, but you cannot deny that he knows how to get the most out of his team.
Catching up on the changes now for Indiana. Turner's checked in for Allen. Young comes in for C.J. Miles. And it's Teagan for Ty Lawson. That one misses. And with Kidd, the results on the floor break speak for themselves. He knows what he wants out of his players, Clark, and he keeps them accountable.
And, you know, having that accountability is what made the Bucks so much better last season. Kidd is still a very young head coach, but I tell you what, he's shown me a bright future in that capacity for himself.
Parker dishes to Middleton from deep. Good work defensively by Stuckey.
Well, he had 1 3-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
And Monroe kicks to Middleton. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And Jabari Parker, as a rookie, drafted number 2 overall behind Andrew Wiggins. Clark, there was much debate about which of these players, which of these prospects would be better NBA players. What do you think?
Well, I think both showed they're very capable of being stars in the league. Parker got off to a great start, averaging 30 minutes a game until, unfortunately, he had the ACL injury. And Wiggins, conversely, went on to have a big-time season, winning Rookie of the Year.
George is checked in for the Pacers. Ellis comes in for Rodney Stuckey. Carter Williams, he's checked in for the Bucks. And he makes both free throws.
And when you compare Wiggins and Parker, really two different types of players. I mean, Wiggins has that unmatchable athleticism. Parker beats you with an incredible skill and passion. Also, tremendous maturity for such a young player.
Carter Williams, the pass to Monroe, and the foul on Miles Turner. That is his first foul of the game.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
Parker against Young to the left side wing. Here's Carter Williams and Turner with the block. Here's Ellis. Second chance shot and the rejection by Antetokounmpo. Middleton dishes to Carter Williams. Good on the shot.
Crisp pass into the paint.
Pacers trail by 10.
And, you know, going back to Parker versus Wiggins, guys, I mean, that debate could last a long time. Both guys have the look of perennial all-stars. It could be the number of championship rings that ultimately separates you.
So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Looking at the game for Parker, he has 8 points, and he's been delivering a healthy dose of helpers, too.
He really has, Clark. Always with his head up, looking to make the pass, trying to find the open man.
Well, for Jabari Parker in his rookie year, not the kind of NBA career start that he wanted. Played great. Was probably the rookie of the year up until the time he was injured, blowing the knee and cutting the season short.
A great call. He definitely would have had a great chance. Really just made a transition seamlessly. Very efficient as a rookie before that injury, but which was a really tough thing to watch for anyone as he was showing so much promise early on in his career.
And Parker drops them both.
And for Parker, he could have been in the Rookie of the Year running with this play, scoring just over 12 points a game and shooting almost 50% before the injury ended his season.
And there's the call on Giannis Antetokounmpo. That's his first foul. T kicks to Turner. Kicks it out to Ellis. A free ball. That doesn't go either for Ellis.
And even in the short glimpses of last season, you could see that Parker was the real deal. I mean, he had no problem finding ways to score. And even with his injury setback, he should be a great player for years to come.
Here's Turner. Good, and the assist goes to Ellis. 18 points for Miles Turner.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
That's got to be job number one right now. Nothing easy on the inside.
Young with the steal. And George kicks to Ellis. It's tipped. Out of bounds. Pacers ball as Indiana keeps possession. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter.
That's their third straight make-off and assist.
Great ball movement.
Milwaukee leading by 8. Now Carter Williams. He feeds it to Parker. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, Parker's got 10 points here in the second half. The Pacers are gone 5 of 11 from the field in the fourth quarter. It's George on the wing. Screen by Young. Shot off the screen. Offensive rebound. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Checking out the game Thaddeus Young is having. He has 8 points and 2 steals as well.
Shooting for Indiana.
Thaddeus Young provides a lot of things, Clark. Solid on both ends of the floor. You can plug him into almost any lineup and make it work.
Yeah, he's an ideal basketball player because of his versatility. I think that's one of his greatest strengths. Not only can he play the 3 or 4, he can go inside and outside too.
He hits the second from the line.
And guys, when you talk about Thaddeus Young, last year was another solid season for him. Excellent job finishing around the rim as usual. Solid rebounding numbers, but still trying to improve his consistency from the 3. He started the season strong in that department. He kind of fell off a bit at the end.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee.
Man, Thaddeus Young, he's really entering the prime of his career right now at age 27. Hard to believe he's now in his 9th season. Only spent 1 year in college. Still plenty of room to grow.
Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Jason Kidd was saying to his team. He wants to make sure they stay assertive and aggressive on the offensive end, saying, I don't want to sit on this lead. Let's build on it and not give them a chance of coming back. Guys?
And it's Middleton penetrating. That's good. And the Bucks lead by 11. Indiana's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. Kicks it to Young. The shot from 20 feet away. Yes, and it's Ellis picking up the assist. Ellis has got 5 assists tonight.
And you like to see since the half now, he's finally starting to come around.
Teague against Carter Williams. But they'll get another chance. And the jam by Greg Monroe. Teague with the ball. Pass to Turner. Floats one up. He lays it in. Turner's got 20 points.
Oh, terrific way to finish that move there, going to the basket.
Milwaukee leading by 9. Antetokounmpo kicks to Monroe. And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5-for-8 night shooting.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
And even under pressure in close, I think they've still done a good job maintaining concentration and converting the opportunities.
And it's the Bucks on the break. Carter Williams can't get it to go. Pacers have gone 7 of 15 from the floor here in the 4th, right around 46-47%. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Chris Middleton. That is his first foul of the game.
And one thing that I know a lot of fans are worried about is NBA jerseys with ads on them. It's something the NBA has explored more in-depth recently and would be another stream of revenue for the league.
Milwaukee's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the 4th. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
And that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Yeah, and what a finish it was, guys. Really nicely done.
Pacers trail by 13. Now here's Ellis. Screen by Ellis. Outside, George. 6 to shoot. He kicks it to Ellis. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. George has got 6 assists in the game. And it's Monroe, top of the key. Back to Antetokounmpo. Feeds it to Parker. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Ellis the pass to George. the dish to T. And again, it's the Pacers from deep.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the deep.
Milwaukee leading by 7. Middleton left side. Passes to Monroe.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Greg, those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right. When you're hot, you're hot, and that's certainly been the case for Monroe. 13 points and 6 assists. That kind of mix of assists and rebounds is what wins you basketball games.
Clark, it's a rarity when you've got a guy that can just do it as well as he does
now,
on both ends.
2 shots. Move shots.
That free throw missing. Good on the second free throw. And here is Teague. Ellis outside. Dishes it to Young. Plenty of space. Here's Turner. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
That's his first personal foul. 4th team foul. At the line for your Pacers, Miles Turner. Taking 2 shots.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. All free throws good from Turner.
Just an amazing game for Turner. He has 9 rebounds and 3 blocks. This is something special. I mean, he hasn't missed a single shot.
It's really hard to put in words just what he's doing out on the floor.
For 3, Middleton. The basket good off the assist from Carter Williams.
For 3.
Carter Williams has got 9 assists in the game. Great passing. To the inside. Young gets that one to fall. That's his 6th field goal. He has shot the ball 12 times. Bucks leading by 7. Outside, Antetokounmpo to the wing right side. Here's Carter Williams.
Fellas, I'll tell you, I was really surprised when Michael Carter Williams got traded last season. It's so hard to find point guards with his length and instincts. I mean, you just have to wonder what's going on in Philly.
At the line for the Pacers, Michael Carter Williams.
And the first one at the line is good. Williams hits them both. Pacers trail by 9. To the paint. And Young with the basket on the assist by T. 15 points here for Thaddeus Young. On the subject of Michael Carter Williams, his assists went up last season. His rebounds went up last season as well. But, Greg, the one thing he can't seem to lock down is his shooting stroke.
Yeah, last season hitting just 38% from the field, and you expect more out of him at this stage. But remember, this is a young player, and oftentimes your field goal percentage isn't necessarily a reflection of your ability to make shots, but more so your ability to take good ones. So shot selection, I think, plays a role for him as well.
Just 5 on the clock. Here's Ellis. Milwaukee with the rebound. Monroe's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Carter Williams with it. Picked up by Teague. Carter Williams dishes to Middleton. And a great assist by Carter Williams as that one goes in. And now it's an 11-point Milwaukee lead. Without question, Chris Middleton displaying his skills today.
He just continues to light them up. They're going to have to find a way to make him work harder for his points.
Timeout called the Pacers. Pacers trail by 11. Here's Ellis. And good as it rattles through the hoop. Ellis has got 5 points now in the quarter.
And that's just showing off right there, guys. I mean, he is too good with that crossover.
And Middleton kicks to Carter Williams. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Nobody near Parker. Parker with another miss. Indiana's gone a disappointing 2 of 6 on 3-point attempts here in the fourth. Monte Ellis again.
And he placed that pass out in front of him and let him just run into it in rhythm.
1:53 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Carter Williams. And Turner with the block. Now here comes Teague. Leading the break. Here's George. Back to Teague. Indiana moving the ball. No good from 11 feet.
Not the best shot right there with a good defender draped all over you.
I agree with you. I mean, not the shot they were hoping for, but he can really cause problems with his defense.
And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating. Pacers trail by 7. Takes the 13-footer, the putback, and it's slammed in by Turner.
And they definitely have the edge in those fast break points.
Greg, they sure have. I mean, maybe it hasn't helped put them in front, but they're clearly better off playing up-tempo basketball.
Carter Williams kicks to Middleton. Ellis on the double team. Parker passes to Monroe. Outside for Carter Williams. That doesn't go either for Carter Williams.
Wow, what a rough second half for him shooting the basketball. Maybe you adopt a pass-first mentality at this point.
Ellis gets to Turner. It's in! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
And he's really made the most of his opportunities today. I mean, he needs to keep working for those kinds of looks.
Pass to Carter Williams. Back to Middleton. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
And with that basket, you'd have to think this lead is secure.
I'm almost ready to go there with you, partner. Not quite. I'm hanging around at that 98% mark. So it's just about done, but I need a little more evidence to close the book on it.
And that one falls for Middleton.
Now they're going for the jugular. A few more trips like that, and we might be able to see this one in the books.
Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over. They're trailing by 6. We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth. Guys, your thoughts?
And I'm not sure the 2-point bucket does much here. I think they got to go for 3.
That's no-brainer, partner. I mean, that's their only choice. Shoot the 3 and hopefully get it down and then foul.
Thaddeus Young on the wing. Covered by Parker. Ellis dishes to George. Sinks it. And now they trail by just 4.
Superb playmaking from Monte Ellis. That dish was right on time.
They're going to prolong the game here with an intentional foul.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
But there was no time really to be selective. Stopping the clock was the priority.
All right now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Roof shots.
He hits the first one, and that puts them up by 5. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 6-point ball game.
And that's exactly how you close the game out. Those free throws will bury them for sure.
And the Pacers call time here. They're losing by 6. There's 14 seconds left in the 4th quarter. There's 14 seconds left in the 4th quarter.
Hey, look at Monte. Don't let him shoot it.
It's George on the wing. Back to Ellis. Shoots the 3. Milwaukee with the rebound. And that's an intentional foul.
That is Young. That's his 3rd personal foul. Shooting for Indiana, Michael Carter-Williams. At the line for 2.
And no good as the first free throw missing for him. We'll see if he can handle the second. No luck that time either. Misses there. And so the Bucks take the win. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And Kevin, when this one was hanging in the balance late, they showed just what a tough-minded group they can be.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. This is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching. Now we send you to the award-winning Ernie Johnson, who's standing by in our studio.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we have the opportunity to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Chris Middleton. He had an outstanding 4th quarter where he really shined, pouring it on heavy down the stretch. Kenny, what did you think?
I think his efficiency from the field was the biggest factor in this win. He made over 60% of his shots. I don't care if you're playing 1-on-1 or 1-on-5. That is a great percentage.
His play tonight, Ernie, was finally a bright spot for them because, you know, they had a very rough stretch of games. Been a while since their last win, and he was not content on playing a supporting role and letting them lose another one. He came on strong, took over, and put an end to the losing streak.
And folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure. For Kenny the Jet Smith, for Shaquille O'Neal, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a great night.